Okay, next myth, older people have no reason to invest or build wealth. So that actually links to Sparkle's question. So I'm glad that you brought that question up because it's perfect timing. You know, anybody who thinks that being a senior citizen means that you shouldn't invest doesn't understand how investing works. And the reason I say that is because, you know, the thing about investing, when you talk about wealth, really wealthy families, just like anything else, the way wealth is power, money is power, right? We all agree on that. And most groups or most individuals that have power are typically people that work together. That's why you see coalitions being formed all around the world. That's why you see, you saw the European Economic Union. You saw, or you see the Asian countries coming together in these coalitions, right? You go out into the wilderness and you see geese in a pack. You see wolves in a pack. People that work together, are best able to build wealth. The thing about working together is that, when you're talking about, yourself as a senior citizen, if I'm sitting here thinking, well, I have no reason to make any sacrifices because I'm not going to get any benefits, then that's not quite getting the spirit of what it means to work together. When I when I look at my niece, who is about 7 months old now, and I think about her life, I see her as my link to the year 2100. I know that I'm going to be gone before the year 2100, most likely, unless they invent some sort of super drug that helps people live to be 120 years old or something. And even then, I still won't make it that long. But my niece will be here, right? And so, really, my thought is that my success, anything that I try to accomplish or build in this generation, has to go to her, right? Or has to go to her generation. Or put them in a better position to continue to move forward in the vehicle. So wealth building is not a solo race, it is a relay race. And so what I really encourage you to do is to embrace that spirit, because when you work together, it's easier to build massive amounts of wealth. When you work together, it's easier to build extraordinary businesses. There's no multi-billion-dollar company I can think of anywhere that was run by one person. There's no billion-dollar business where one person kind of did everything, right? It was always a team effort. Even when you think about publicly traded companies are not what they appear to be. Publicly traded companies are almost like governments in a way, where it's a collection of individuals that pooled their money together to run a company. I was explaining to the 12-year-old in our house, and we were in line at Starbucks, and we were talking about stocks and what that means. And I said, Starbucks is not owned by any one person. It has a CEO, but it's not owned by any one individual. Starbucks is the manifestation of millions of shareholders all coming together and grouping their money together, and creating this thing that really is a lot like a bank. Because all a bank kind of is a place where people pile together all their resources, and then everybody can get a piece when they need it. Everybody gets something from it, and you get the power of scale. So Starbucks can do things when people are working together that they would not be able to do by these individuals working apart. So the same thing is true with your family. Your family is a baby version of that Starbucks example. Your family will always accomplish more when everybody is sort of on the same page than when they're separate. You think about, like, for example, Game of Thrones. I don't know if any of you guys watch Game of Thrones, but all Game of Thrones is all about are these families that have these legacies, and they carry these banners and flags, and they have armies, and they're all, think about this, they're not really representative of individuals on almost any level. It's really sort of like we represent a concept. We are pooling our resources and coming together for the survival of all of us, right? And animals understand this concept. So I would say that, if you're a senior citizen and you think you have no reason to invest because you're old, or older, I would say old.